And welcome back to another amazing episode of Behind the Mask. As always, this is Eugene with my co-host.
It's your boy Dennis.
Yes, Dennis the Doxitron. Yes, he's not like a full doctor.
I'm not even a
doctor.
I'm not even a partial doctor.
He likes to touch animals, and that doesn't sound right, but he likes to.
Okay. We're off on a bad start. Our guest tonight is going to think that we're a couple of creeps.
By all means, we probably are. I'm sorry. No, okay. I'm not. We're not. We're just kidding. But anyways, we've got a great episode today. We got a great guest. This was one that we were hoping to have on our last episode. She was a little under the weather, but it was cool. We still had fun on our episode. We talked, and Dennis and me just ranted like the old guys that we
always do.
Yes, as always. But before we bring her in, and I want to just say that we are officially sponsored by, again, Ghost Energy Drink.
Oh, Ghost today. In the house.
Yeah, I got today's raspberry, raspberry.
The blue raspberry.
Yeah, and for all you guys out there, if you guys want to pick this stuff up, definitely pick it up at 7-Eleven like I did. It is definitely fueling me right now. It is coursing through my veins. So, and also new headphones. So let's say again, official JBL. I'm thoroughly excited about these headphones. We'll see how long these ones last me. And Dennis has got his today is black. Yes. Dickies Dynamic Scrubs.
I am in my black Dickies Dynamics. That's right. Our other unofficial sponsor, seeing as we can't
Nobody
find
wants
any
to sponsor
others.
So we're just going to start throwing stuff on there. So why not?
Yeah.
Everything. What else do we got on? I mean, I got, a green screen behind me. Yeah. Amazon.
There you go.
Amazon was my girl for 2 years. The only one that was sending me packages when I was overseas.
We don't need to hear that. Our guest is gonna leave before we get a chance to talk to her. So
all right. Well, I'm sure she's waiting for us to let her in, and we are really excited to have her on. So let's get a big warm round of applause, greeting, from all three of you guys out there that are listening to us, that are watching us, because this is going up on YouTube.
It's just going on YouTube.
Yeah. We're finally moving that direction. So we are going to bring in Hailey Leyva. Welcome. Let's see if we can get her unmuted. There we go. Hailey, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
We're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited because nobody wants to come on the show anyways.
Well, not so much that, but I definitely feel like you're a big get for us. I mean, it goes without saying that you're obviously playing with destiny. Let's face it, everybody knows you.
I mean, I don't say that because I don't want to sound, I'm so famous. But I mean,
no, we're saying that.
Yeah, let us say it. We'll say it. We'll say it to everybody.
But yeah, I mean, again, you've got friends pretty much in every corner of the sport. You've come in contact with some of the biggest names in our sport right now. And you can list them as, let's face it, your Rolodex probably is pretty impressive. Yeah. So no, we're definitely excited to have you on the show, and thank you so much for taking some time out of school. And I know you broke up coming up in about a week now, and so
it's crazy how fast it's all came up. But I've just been like this week and like part of next week, I just have to get all my schoolwork done, so I don't have to worry about it while I'm gone. But I've actually got most of it done, so we're good.
Well, good.
That's good. Yeah, I know the feeling. I'm going through school too, so. Yeah, I hate having that schoolwork, especially if you have something coming up and you're like, oh my God, I got to get it done. But I get it. So what we want to know is, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Hailey was born and she grew up.
Yes.
How did you get into paintball?
So, and I mean, honestly, it can go back as far as when I was born, because my dad has been playing since like 98. And so he's like, growing up, paintball's always been around. For me, like, it's always been there. There's a picture of me before I could even walk, and my mom has me in like a carrier on the front, and we're at a paintball field. And so there's like pictures that go like way far. Like I'm about to be 19 now. Like it's been that long. And so all through the years, like growing up, I've always known of it. And I always did other stuff. Like another big sport I did was gymnastics, and I competed in that. Got a lot of injuries. And so my last injury, I fractured a part of my spine, and it was a stress fracture. So they were basically telling me, like, if you keep continuing, it's just going to keep occurring. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to find something else. So during all of that time, like my brother, who's older than me, he was playing paintball, and he actually got more into tournament stuff. My dad was with him through all of that. And I would have to go sit at the field all day, and I absolutely hated it. I was like, what is this? I'll never, like, these are all these gross boys. Like, why would I ever? And like, I hated it so much. Like, I would be miserable the whole time at the field. And so then whenever I had to find something else to do, which at the same time, I did marching band in high school, and I was in percussion. So I ended up being on drumline and stuff. But so that kind of took some time away from paintball, just like during the fall. But I approached my dad, and I was like, hey, can I go play? And he was like, are you serious? Like after me hating it for so long. And actually before that, the first time I ever played, just because my dad wanted me to, I went out and played with my brother, and he bunkered me. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. I was like, nope. I cried. I was like, I'm never again. This isn't my thing. But then fast forward, I approached my dad about it, and I was like, hey, like, can I do this? And he's like, are you sure? Like, really? So right after that, we went out to the field one Sunday, and like at my home field, I pretty much knew everyone there. But they were like, she's playing? Like, really? And there was another girl there who I had became really close with, and she was there the day I first got on the speedball field, and she played with me. And she honestly was the one who helped me like start, because if she wasn't there, I wouldn't have felt comfortable with, all these guys I really don't know that well. But with her, like, just kind of started there. And then that was, I think, February of 2017. And then I played a 2v2 tournament a couple months later with two of my guy friends, which I would like to say they carried me through that, because we won, and it was my very first tournament. And I was like, okay, well, they definitely carried me. Like, I played a couple points, but I was like, okay. But then my real first tournament was a couple months after that. And it was, we have a league here called USXBL. And it was the championships. It had a 3-man women's division. And so me and the girl who I actually started playing with, and then a couple other girls, we went and played it for fun, took second. And then from there, it was just kind of like hooked at that point. I was like, well, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, like, and from there, everything's taken off so much.
That is insane. So you actually started playing in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get to the point where you met B and got onto Destiny?
So that happened in 2018, because that year my dad actually talked to me, and he was like, hey, like, because he went to World Cup in 2017 just to ref, and I didn't really know much about NXL and stuff then. But 2018, he's like, hey, maybe you should talk to B about getting a 10-man squad together of all girls. That'd be pretty cool. And I didn't, like, I knew of B, of course, but I didn't know her personally, and my dad was the same way. So I messaged her on Facebook. She was like, hey, that's a good idea, we should try that. And then some time passed, because this was a while before World Cup. And then right before World Cup happened, she's like, hey, I'm going to do this D5 5-man team with a bunch of girls who are kind of starting out. I want you to be a part of it. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is really a really cool opportunity. And so my dad was all for it and everything. And so 2018, that was my first World Cup. And so we played D5 5-man that year. And actually, I mean, I hate saying this, like, I did pretty good that tournament.
No, talk yourself up. I mean,
yeah, seriously, go ahead. Just,
success, you should, just don't break your arm.
yeah. But I feel like I played pretty good, and like I kind of proved myself then. And so we did that, and then we also played 3-man, but B accidentally put us in the amateur division, which goes up to D2. And so we didn't realize that until we got there. So me and a couple other girls who were still like pretty beginner, I think we only won like 1 point, and it was because of a penalty, but it was still a fun time. And like, but after that, like, because the whole World Cup experience, like, itself, it's crazy, and like there's so many people there, and you see all your friends, like, that really, like, after then I was like, I have to play World Cup every year. And so then, but since that tournament, I've been involved with Destiny ever since, and even still now.
That's great.
That's it's just insane that, God, it took me and Dennis a long time to get onto a team.
Yeah.
And actually get into strength. And to hear that you started in 2017, granted, it's probably in your blood because of your dad.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden here you are, you're going to World Cup for fourth time?
Within a year playing on a squad at World Cup within a
year. Yeah, that's just, you know what? It was great having you on. We got to go. What is going, Dennis, tell me, what is going on with all these young, and plus I feel old when you're like, I'm going to be 19. Oh.
Yeah. Hailey, you realize that Eugene and I both are old now. We're probably about the same age as your dad.
Probably.
Yeah. My dad's 50.
Oh, wait, no, we're not that old.
We're a little bit young.
We're good.
A little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but
on that too, like the finding a team thing, it's honestly harder as a girl. Like some people may think it is. I mean, it's easy with like the World Cup stuff, and especially having Destiny there because she wants to have as many people as she can and put them, in front of everyone so everyone can see them and get recognized. But at the same time, like at a local level, it's actually kind of hard. Like, I guess just like getting spins in and stuff, like, because most of the time the people in your local field, like they know you pretty well and stuff like that. But it's hard to get on a good, like consistent team for like local tournaments as far as in Texas to like really have a solid line and be on a good team throughout a whole season. Like that's probably one of the more difficult things. But I mean, for the national stuff, it's pretty easy. But yeah.
We should get her and connect. We should connect her with Cyclone.
Oh, I know all those guys. Yeah.
Oh, you know all those guys? Well, shoot.
Miles and all those guys.
Why aren't you over there trying to get on with it? Because that's a team to play with.
And that actually leads me to my next question is that aside from obviously your time playing with Destiny, I see you rep AC Kids. Is that the team? AC Kids.
Yes.
Now, what are they affiliated with? Like AC Dallas, AC Diesel, or okay?
Yeah. So basically, it came up as me. This was a couple years ago. Me and a couple of my friends. It's a bunch of guys who majority of them live like around paintball fit, like Dallas, up there, that area, and we're all around the same age, and we're all kind of pretty well associated with, like, we know all the AC guys. They're all like family to us. Everyone up there is real close. So a couple years ago, they wanted to play an event, and we're like, oh, we should just be AC Kids. And actually, I wasn't able to make it to that event. Something came up, but they played as AC Kids for the first time. And then since then, we're like, we should really try to make this into something, because me and then the rest of those guys, they're like really, really good. I think they're all playing at either D3 or D2 level now. But at we're like, we could dominate in some of these tournaments in Texas for sure. And the only hard thing with that is that they all already have committed squads that they're on. So it's really hard to pull them away.
Pull them together to do stuff as AC Kids.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, teenage boys as well. Like that's hard, but
yeah, I know. God, teenagers, especially boys.
I know. It's so, but it's kind of like our thing. Like we're just like, oh, like we are AC Kids, even if we haven't played a tournament like a year, but we kind of just have it. And then it also kind of to promote newer kids getting into the sport. Like actually at World Cup, we're gonna have an AC Kids line play a D5 3-man, but it's these kids that we met at my local field, and they just started playing paintball like in this year. And so I'm like, well, we can still use the name whenever it's like these younger kids, because they're all young teenagers. We can still use this name to have that, but it's more so like it's associated with all the AC guys and everything. We just kind of play a tournament here and there whenever everyone's not busy with something else.
Now, I've also noticed that some of the AC Kids swag has become very collectible. I see a lot of people are like, I want that, because I think you still have the sticker on your tank.
Yes, right? I do.
Yeah. And I've seen, peppered on message boards and things like that, people talking about, they want a jersey with the logo, and people are willing to pay for some of that swag. So if you've got something tucked away, You know,
yeah, or we could make something.
That's true. That's true. Eugene is very accomplished in like graphic design and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I'll leave that one up to you guys. But
well, the cool thing is that so one of the kids on our team, Colin, his dad, Jell, he's one of the coaches for AC Diesel, but he also owns CMPT, which is they make our jerseys, and he does the graphic design, he does designs and stuff for USXPL as well. So a lot of people don't get it, and I have to explain this quite a lot. So the logo, everyone thinks it's a bear, but it's a lion cub, because on the AC Dallas jersey,
I could tell it was a lion cub.
Because on the AC Dallas jersey, they have their crest, and it has like the lion in it. And so I was like, well, since we're AC kids, actually one of my friends, he was the one who came up with it. He's like, well, since we're the kids, we should be a cub. And then like the camo design, like our jerseys look really cool. And I think some people think that they're more limited. Cool. Like some people think they're more limited than they really are. It's just because there's not a ton of them out there, but anyone could order one if they really wanted to. Like just text me. Like,
well, now the cat, no pun intended, the cat is out of the bag. Now that people know that they can just order the jersey.
You are going to get hit up so bad. Yeah. You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say they're limited edition.
Limited edition.
I only have a couple.
Depends on how bad you want one, and you got
$200.
Yeah.
You got to, come on. You want to get your college paid for.
Well, see, that's why But to be fair, Eugene, that's why she's in college. She's learning these life lessons. So
exactly. I'm learning. And we have tech shirts too. And like, because the thing is, I post because we have an Instagram page, and I post on there sometimes or whenever we first got our jerseys, I was like, hey, hit me up, or any of us, which I'm more the one who takes the jersey orders and sends it to the other people. But I'm like, hey, hit me up. Like, we have jerseys you can order. Just let me know. I had some person text me like a week or two ago, or about a month ago, actually. And they're like, hey, can I get one of the jerseys? I was like, yes, this is how you do it. You text me. I'll tell you yes. Just give me your information, and then I'll send it to you. Like,
now what I really want are those pants with the logo down the side. Those actually are very limited. Those, I don't even think they've made more of those, but yes, those are limited. The pants, yes.
You heard it here. The pants, limited, jerseys, just hit her up.
Yeah.
Actually,
yes, exactly.
We might have to order a jersey with your name on it to put up in our, it's not really. My studio is not really up yet. I got a green screen. But when we get our studio together, we're going to start putting up jerseys. We've got a Texas Cyclone one coming soon. And hey, got to do one of yours. That would be awesome.
Yeah, an AC Kids or a Destiny one. We just got our new Destiny jerseys, and those look really good.
I haven't seen them yet. B has not. She's been kind of holding a lot back. I haven't seen much. But so, all right. So you because from what I see on both me and Dennis, what we see on your Instagram, I mean, you are all over the place. It seems like you're on, how many teams are you on right now? Besides, I mean, we know Destiny, we know the AC Kids. What else?
So I actually recently just started playing with a team from Louisiana called Royal Cheesecake. And that name comes from because the guy who owns the team, his name is Seth. He has his own cheese, he makes cheesecakes in Louisiana, and he just does it out of his house.
Okay.
They're so amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about the Royal Cheesecake.
Yes, they are the best cheesecakes. Oh my God, Seth is. If you ever want cheesecakes, go to him. But so that's why. And then on all of our jerseys, it's kind of funny. He has different flavors. So mine's Nutella. Some people are strawberry. Yeah. And so there's that team that I played with for the Houston USXPL and then USXPL championships. And I think I'll probably end up playing with them next season for some of that stuff too. And then I was playing with a team called SA Rejects, and there's two other girls who also play in Texas who play on that team. We just haven't played an event in a while just because, life with them and everything. But I played with them. The last event I played was Bunker Fest. But I've played events with them over the years. And because, I live in Houston. They practice in San Antonio, so I would drive there to practice, or for the cheesecakes. I'm actually going to Louisiana this weekend to practice with them, just to get some spins before.
So is it for practice or is it for the cheesecake?
I mean, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, you can be honest with us. It's okay.
Yeah, oh my God, they're so good. But it's funny because at the tournaments, they make, and this is one of the best parts too, they make little ones, they're this big. and it's just a little bite-sized cheesecake, so you don't have to get like a whole slice or something. And they make all different flavors, so you can try different ones, like not get full. So at tournaments, like this last one, we took second, but we won the series. So they brought the little cheesecakes for us to eat after we were done.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, all the other teams are like, "You have cheesecake?" I'm like, "Of course."
Yeah. Instant friends. Yeah, instant friends.
Yes.
Okay, so what's that? 3-4 teams?
I think so. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's. I mean, there's tournaments at this field in Louisiana that I think he's actually having to relocate, called Guerrilla Warfare. And so I brought AC Kids out there one time. I played with Wasted Potential one time out there. Just kind of guested with them. And then that was whenever I first started playing with Royal Cheesecake. They just needed an extra person, and I wanted to play the tournament. So that's kind of where I made that connection there. But I think I played, whenever I first started playing, I played with Paintball Zone, or Zone Purple, which my home field zone, Paintball Zone, they have different lines. So I played with Zone Purple for a couple tournaments, played with Anunnaki, which was another Houston team that lasted for a little while. And then my second tournament I ever played with the girls, we were Pro Edge ladies. But if you go to my APPA and you look at teams played for, there's like a bunch. The list is really long.
I feel so just, yeah. We've played with 1, 2.
Well, but
yeah.
I mean, let's face it.
Good. Like to stay with the same people.
There's that.
Yeah, true. But
and in all honesty, were it not for the team that Gene and I played together on, for one, he and I wouldn't have ever met in the first place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, cool little trivia is that his daughter is almost 2 weeks of the day younger than my daughter. So he and I have had almost parallel lives, all because of paintball, and so
yeah, it's crazy. Like the people that you meet in paint, like all the people I've met, some of them I can't imagine how different my life would be, like without those people that I've made friendships and relationships with. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we truly are part of a subculture that is, there's nothing to compare it to. Well, you can almost compare it to somewhat military, the way we bond there, but for the most part, when it comes to paintball, it is a small world after all. And
that's Hailey. That's the second episode he's done this.
Got it in there.
That's so funny.
But really, I mean, it's like a big family, because if we were to go to World Cup and saw you there, it's like, hey, we've already had a conversation. Or if we were meeting you for the first time, we can have a conversation because we have this one passion, which is paintball. And that's the bond between a lot of us, and then it keeps growing and growing because yeah. So I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. And like Eugene said, the camaraderie is a big component of, not only the sport itself, but obviously playing on a more organized level, playing on teams where, you get to know the idiosyncrasies of your line mates. You get to know them so well to the point where you can actually feed off of one another on the field. And sometimes that is the huge difference between winning and losing. If you're really, really comfortable and how your team plays, sometimes it's the things that are not said that actually,
Oh yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like whenever I play with people who I've played with for a very long time, or like I have one friend at my home field, and if I know he's playing behind me, I know I can go all the way down the field. I know he has my back. I know no one's gonna shoot me. And it makes the biggest difference.
Yeah,
definitely does. I mean, that's how between me and Dennis we were too. We were back, and I was kind of back mid, but if you had us in the back, we didn't even have to talk to each other. We knew where to point, when to point, where to go, and when to move. So it was great. But so you had mentioned you were in marching band.
Yes.
For those out there, don't make fun of her. It's okay to be in marching band.
It is okay. Hailey, I played flute.
Okay. Well.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Flute.
See, but I was like the cool kid because I was on the drum line. So like,
Oh, dude, she just
okay.
said she's the cool kid. You're
Okay.
not. You played flute.
Okay. I get it.
Well, I played trumpet. So
okay.
yeah, we were the cool kids. Sorry, Dennis.
Well, I mean, let's face it. This was the mid '90s. At that time,
Yeah.
if you played flute, you were pretty much relegated to what, like, not much actually. Gene played trumpet, so at least ska bands could like ask him to, fill in.
Yeah.
I filled in like one or two once. It was fun. But so you played drums. Now, can you actually play a full drum set, or was it just?
Well, so this is like the interesting thing is that so in middle school I started a band and I had to play bassoon and I didn't even know what that was. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but I had to play the bassoon.
Oh yeah.
And I was kind of forced on it because my teacher was like, "You have this is so weird," but she's like, "You have long fingers. You should play bassoon." And I was like, "You're just saying that because they don't have anyone to play the instrument." Like throughout high school, the biggest our section was just 2 people. So I was just like, whatever. So I got okay at that, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it because I don't want to learn something else now. And then I get into high school, and bassoon doesn't march on the field, so they put you in the pit, which once I figured out what it was, I hated it. It's like the front ensemble. So during the marching band, they have all the xylophones and marimbas and stuff at the front of the field, and they don't march or anything. They just play along with the band. And so I was put in that, just playing some random. I played synthesizer, and I didn't even know how to play the piano. And so,
wait a minute, they keep like foisting instruments on you. You don't even know how to play them.
So after my first year of doing that, I was like, I can't do this. I was like, if I'm gonna stay in band, I don't want to be in pit. It was so boring too, like, and no one wanted to like hang out with those people. So I was like, I can't do this. So I made friends with some of all my friends were a grade ahead of me. So, and they were all on drumline. So they're like, hey, we're gonna teach you how to play, like, because I played the bass drum. So they're like, we're gonna teach you how to play this so you can get on the drumline. I was like, okay. So they taught me, and I learned like the basic stuff, and then I got on my sophomore year for like the second half of the year, and then I was on ever since. So I really wasn't a true percussionist. My friends just kind of taught me, and I just kind of caught along with it. So then by my senior year, I was actually our section leader, like our captain of the bass line, because I guess I learned a lot. I don't know, but
so the underlying message that the listeners should be getting from this part of the conversation, Hailey, is that you're kind of a little bit of a savant, because so far you talked about you started playing paintball, and within a year you were playing with Destiny at World Cup.
Yep.
Within a year or two, you were, the bass drum lead, or sorry, by senior year you were the leader there. So what can't you do?
That should be the question. Yeah, you're right. This is Hailey. What can't you do?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, you had to think about it.
So growing up, okay, no, I think one thing I probably couldn't do. So yeah, like little kids always do sports and stuff. My parents put me in t-ball. I don't think I was good at that. I did soccer too, like as a kid, but me and my friend would just lay in front of the goal and look at the sky. So
well, to be fair, I don't think anybody can be good at t-ball because the ball's literally just sitting there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You just did it,
Yeah, and then I think after that, I did gymnastics then, but just like little kid stuff. And then I did figure skating for a couple of years, competed a little bit.
See, now you're talking my language. I grew up playing hockey, so.
Oh, he was cool. My dad played hockey too. But yeah, I did figure skating, competed a little bit. And it's kind of funny because a lot of my stuff ends with injuries. So like I've sprained each of my ankles probably like 8 times or something weird like that. So I sprained my ankle doing something not even like sports related, but then that's what put me out of ice skating. And then I just never really went back to that. And then that's whenever I went into gymnastics and did that for a good while.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's basically athleticism is ingrained in you, period, to an extent.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I mean, I would say my brother too, like, because he did baseball pretty heavily growing up. And then he was also in band. He's still in band now in college.
Wow, that's cool. So now here we fast forward to today. and you're in college.
Yes.
And how are you liking college?
So far it's not that bad. I know it's going to be because I want to be a doctor. So I have a lot of school ahead of me since I'm just starting. But right now I'm just kind of getting like basic stuff out of the way for my major. So I'm not taking any hard classes at the moment. So it's kind of like it's not really that engaging, which is kind of hard for me because like I've always been on top of all my schoolwork and everything. But so I kind of feel like I feel like I'm not in college because I get all my work done pretty fast and then I have so much free
Have the rest of
time.
the day to do nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I
Seriously,
supposed to do with
just
myself?
one more thing she chalks up as I'm good at this.
Yeah, I'm good at it, so I don't worry about it later. Yeah.
Hailey, we're just messing around.
Yeah.
If we didn't say this stuff, means we don't like you. But
Okay.
you're doing pretty good. So, what kind of doctor do you want to be?
That's like I've been thinking about that a lot, and I know I'm probably gonna figure that out closer to whenever I actually am. But I've thought about being a surgical oncologist
Oh wow.
or
Interesting.
some sort of radiologist because as this might not seem like it right now, but I kind of don't like dealing with people. And so one of my teachers in high school in one of my health classes, she was like, well, if you don't like dealing with people, you should be a radiologist. And I was like, okay.
There is some truth to that. You know, I mean,
yeah, they take a picture, they go click. All right, you're gonna get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my extent with radiologists because I actually worked at a hospital for a short time, and the radiologist there was like, he showed up with his Crocs on, which I always made fun of him because of that. He went in, he took his pictures of all his people, then left to another hospital. He didn't have to really deal with them.
Yeah, a lot of radiologists are contracted by their hospitals. But okay, so surgical.
But wait, if you really want to get like a good grasp of what goes on in a hospital, you got to watch ER. I learned everything from ER.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, dude, it's a great show.
No.
I like watching emergencies of the ER. Or no, not that. It's called something, or it's I don't know. But it's like people reenact like dumb stuff that's happened in the ER, and it's like so funny because it's so fake or they really overplay it. I can't remember what it's called though. Like something emergencies
It's like,
of the ER, but it's so funny.
Yeah, I think I've watched that before, and even I was like watching. I'm like, dude, these people cannot
untold stories of the ER.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they talk about like the freakiest stuff that they've seen, but even the doctors are just like, yeah, so it was, we found a worm that was about 11 feet long. And I'm like, dude, you're so dry. Get into it.
Yeah, no,
be like, dude, it was a huge worm.
Yeah.
But all right, sorry, Dennis, go ahead. You're going to ask a serious question.
Well, so what I was actually going to say is that, so you've got surgical oncology or radiology. That's a pretty wide gap. I mean, you literally are saving lives or in a very minute way, slowly killing people by irradiating.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
So
I feel like as I go through my schooling and stuff like that, I'll kind of figure out more so what I like. It's just kind of like a general idea of things I've like considered or in my classes, like what areas kind of interest me. But,
wow, yeah. That's crazy. That's just, so you got to be really smart to be a doctor. Wow.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, Gene.
That's true. I mean, I did watch Scrubs and there was the Todd.
Okay, well, that's not where I was going either.
Hey, man, all my stuff that has to do with like doctors and stuff is all TV shows, Scrubs, ER. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but I mean, come on. That's so yeah, don't listen to me, Hailey. I'm the worst. All right. So we got all that. So you're in college, you're playing paintball. Like, what's the future for you as far as with paintball? We know where you want to go with your education and because once you become a doctor, I don't think you can be a doctor paintball. That'd be kind of hard.
Sure you
unless you're a radiologist.
Yeah.
then you could, you get all the free time in the world.
Yeah. I'm kind of trying to see, like, I feel like as far as the future, whenever I get more into like med school type stuff, I'm just gonna feel it out and see like how much time I have. But so for right now, like, I don't know, I'm sure y'all might have maybe heard, but they're starting this WNXL thing next year. And the women's pro division, or league, not division, league. And I'm gonna be doing that with Destiny. And I mean, it's really exciting because like it's crazy to think that I'll be like pro next year. And it's weird in my head because I'm like, am I really pro? But then I was talking to someone about it and they're like, well, if y'all are the best group of females in the sport right now, then you are the pros. And it's crazy to think of that in my head. But hopefully, you know, everything with that goes smooth and it just grows and everything, because I would like to be a part of that. And hopefully, let's say in like 10 years, someone walks into the sport and they see this WNXL thing and there's multiple divisions within it and helps get more girls into the sport. But I mean, I want to keep playing, you know, and maybe hopefully go pro in like the regular NXL, something like that. Like, I just want to keep getting better. I want to do it as long as I can, just, you know, keep going at it.
Well, if you continue the path that you're on now, I don't think that that's out of reach. And I'm saying that in all honesty. You know, if anybody out there has a Go Sports account, watch Hailey play. She's pretty dynamic. And again, I'm not just saying that because she's on the show. I'm not saying that because, you know, of our connection with B and stuff like that.
I mean, honestly, if she wasn't as dynamic as she is when it comes to her playing, we wouldn't even have her on the show. It would just been like, you know, oh yeah, that's. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
somebody's got.
I can't speak for that.
But the thing is that, you know, the way you play, it is, like you said, it is dynamic. You move, you shoot, you are aware. It's like when we watch you, you're aware of it seems like you're aware of the whole field and you're moving down that field.
Could y'all tell my dad that?
Well, sir, we're lying about all that stuff. We don't.
Okay.
We really don't know what she's doing. No, but you are. I mean, honestly, you are. To say that you can move into pro by next year, without a doubt, I could see that. You know, putting you into a regular pro team in 2 years, I think that would be awesome to see you in a like not saying that the women's league is not right, but I'm saying like, you know, yeah. And all you ladies out there that are listening, please don't get all mad at me. I'm trying to say something, but I'm not very good at saying it. But anyways, I could see you doing that. You know, you definitely have that athleticism, like I've already said. You know, it seems like it's just ingrained in you and you're just, you know, moving on up. Whereas us two guys are, we're on a podcast.
And I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, so whenever I first started, it's like you're growing, you're getting good really fast whenever you first start because of how much you're learning and stuff. And then I feel like there was a point where I kind of plateaued, and it was really hard because I was like, I feel like I'm not getting better. And then my dad, and not always yelling at me, but like he would be like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And I'm like, I know. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I know what I'm doing wrong, but I just couldn't fix it. But then like, it's crazy. Like this year has probably been one of my best years of paintball. And like just the way that everything's been going and like the way I've been playing, like it's just been crazy. And I'm like, well, this feels good for me because I really feel like I'm proving myself and like having people watch me and being like, oh, you're doing really good, or like that was a really good move you made, or like, you know, just stuff like that. It makes me feel better like about myself. And after coming out of like kind of plateauing for a little bit, I'm like, this is really good to kind of feel like this now. And then hopefully, you know, World Cup next week, I hope it really sticks. I'm like, because I used to have like off tournaments, or, you know, like off days, and I was like,
of course.
I was like, I hope that doesn't happen. And like before in our USXBL championships a couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I hope this isn't an off weekend because I had a really good tournament the one before. And I was like, I did really good at the last one. Hopefully this one's not bad. But it's just kind of keeping up. And I'm like, okay, well, if I can, you know, keep this consistent, then that's good. And it shows me that I'm growing as a player too.
Well, even if you have that off tournament, you feel like you fail, then what you have to do is learn from it and you just move forward. I've always, no matter what happens to me, whatever I do, if I fail, okay, I learn from it. I push forward. I'm constantly pushing forward through everything that I do. And, that's the only thing that you can do, and not feel bad about it. Cause it's like, whatever, it was one tournament. Granted, it might be World Cup and it's like, whatever, but you got to just say, all right, it was an off year, but hey, you know what? Look where I'm at. Look what I've done. I've accomplished in such a short time, and I have a goal of where I'm going to be. So,
and to that point, the fact that you yourself have said, I felt like I plateaued. I felt like I hit a point where I just wasn't really progressing. My skill set was, I was getting by, but, very few people are cognizant of that. Even in their like real lives, very few people stop and go, you know what? I feel like I'm at an impasse with myself. What can I do to to overcome that? What can I do to get past that? So the fact that you're just barely turning 19 soon and you already have realized that, even just within the sport, you've realized that about yourself. That says a lot about you as an individual. That also says a lot about your dedication to, improving. So that's very admirable. I really have to admit that's not something that we old people see in the younger generation. So
we definitely don't.
My dad tells me, like, he says that I'm kind of like, I'm smart within the sport. Like, I can break down layout and stuff really well. And I honestly, I would say that that's because of, like, we're really close with like the Jackson brothers, who previously played on AC Dallas. Now John plays on Ironman, Fuzzy plays on Impact. But like, they're from Houston. I see them all the time. Before events, I go and talk to them about like the layouts and stuff. And they've like been with me since I started playing. And a lot of people know, like, John's also really smart whenever it comes to breaking down a field. He could be a really good coach. And so I'll be like, hey, what's this? Or we'll just have a whole discussion about like the layout or a lane or a bounce shot, stuff like that. And I would say a lot of that, like the knowledge that I have, comes from learning from them. And of course, everyone else who's ever helped me in the sport. I know a lot of people who helped me along the way, but I would say them for sure. Like, or we'll be out somewhere, having dinner with them, and we'll like just start talking about paintball stuff. Or like one of my friends, and I still tell him about this. I remind him about this the first time we met, because we had only like talked online, and we met at an NXL event, and we started talking about the field. And he's like, I'm surprised that you like could break the field down like that. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, of course I can.
Wow, he's saying because you're a girl. No.
That's how.
Just kidding.
That's probably not far off of the point that she's making, though. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is.
And that too, that as well, I think, is something that I feel like is becoming less and less prevalent within the sport. The success that B has had over the years, not only with Femme Fatales, and then with the early beginnings of Destiny up to this point, and now she's got 10 different squads, and
more
all
than
over
that.
the country.
There's like 17, I think it was.
Yeah, she's got it on the organizational side. It's unbelievable, and she's done so much to essentially kind of set the stage for players like you, and you really are legitimizing not only women in the sport, but you're legitimizing the sport in general.
Well, the cool thing is that, and this is something I've talked with B before, is that B has worked hard to get to where she's at. And it wasn't just because of her face.
Of the pretty face. Yeah.
It's because she could actually play. And that's where we're seeing, like, where you're going. It's not just because of your face, it's because you can play. That's the awesome thing, and that's why we can say we can see you going far, definitely doing
exactly.
Something.
Not only that, but for anybody out there who has come across Hailey's Instagram, she's got some swagger. She does.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the pictures from Royal Cheesecake fan in the 20s, and and granted, that might have all been in good fun, tongue in cheek and whatnot like that. But she's got a little bit of the bad boy attitude.
The term now that everyone calls it is being ag. Like that's what
That's actually not new.
That's not new at all.
And I were still playing.
I know everyone's like, oh, that's so ag. And I'm like, what? At first I didn't understand it. I was like, what do you mean? And then
everything is cyclical.
Dude,
that was
they're
popular
bringing
when
back our terms.
and it died off.
It's here
coming
now.
back again.
It's here now.
Wow. Dude, we could like go back to a field and blend right in.
Oh yeah.
Without any problem.
Whatever you do though, Hailey, don't fall into the trap of doing things like hanging raccoon tails off the back of your mask. Or layering handkerchiefs around your neck.
Oh no, don't do that. There's so many things that I'm seeing now that I'm just like,
have y'all seen like how everyone's wearing the Proflexes now? Like,
yeah, that's again nothing new there. That was always supposed to be like the ballerest of baller masks. And
I don't understand it, honestly. I don't get it. Like, I do not like the way those masks look. I feel like people who wear them now look like they're wearing a rental mask, like they give you whenever you rent paintball equipment. I just no. To me, like, I would never like. I love my mask.
Her push mask.
Well, pusher. Personally, I'm a big fan of my EVS. I really like the Empire.
Okay, wait, yeah, like I don't know. To me, the push, like it's because I have a small head, and the EVS is really big on me, and so like it fit my head like way too big. But the push mask is really like small and like slim. I don't know. I just really like the way those look compared to.
Speaking of that, actually.
Wait.
Oh.
So I wear a rental mask, just so everybody knows. I've had the rental mask since I was, first started playing. Hey, you know what? My mask is cool. That's all I got to say.
No, Eugene's mask is very cool. He has one of the old school Pro Flexes that the goggle frame
stick
is Tony Montana.
And I also got a limited edition. Actually,
who's Tony Montana? Scarface.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, okay.
Your dad has not taught you well then. He has not shown you Scarface. Anyways, let's move away from my mask because now I'm been totally obliterated with that. But anyways, go on, Dennis.
Yeah, no, I was actually gonna segue into the next thing. So we're talking about the push masks. Are you guys gonna be rocking the new Viper masks, the Destiny edition?
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know.
They're hot.
Those are pretty sick.
Those are really cool looking. I love mine. Like I have like the white one, and I only wear this one with my Destiny stuff. It's like white, and then the frames are purple and like purple lens and the purple ear thing. That's the one I normally wear with my Destiny stuff. But I don't know, maybe that's a good question. I'll have to look at those at Cup. And then whenever I'm wearing my other stuff, I wear like my dad got a push mask for him to wear, and it's the black skull one. But like now I wear it all the time whenever I'm not wearing my Destiny stuff because I'm like, well, the purple doesn't match my other stuff, so I have to be matching, right? So I wear the black one with my other stuff.
That's right. We have to be matching with everything.
Yes, I know.
No,
I can't
Hailey,
be weird.
Trust me, I understand. My mask and my marker, same color. So yeah. I get it. I guess. Speaking of markers, though.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure everybody has seen it. I'm sure you probably have told the story thousands of times. What's the story behind the stitch on your markers?
Okay, so basically, at that second tournament I ever played, the USXBL Championships, where I played with the women's 3-man, I got a headband. It was an under headband, and it had Stitch on it. And I've always loved Lilo and Stitch, like my whole life. It's always like my favorite Disney movie. And the headband was so cute, and I was like, I have to have it. And it was like very bright colors and everything, so I got that back then. Well, fast forward to, I think this was last year. My dad saw that the 1.6s were coming out, and he's like, hey, you should get one, because I didn't really have a backup gun anymore. I don't know. I had 2 CS2s because we have to shoot planar clips with Destiny. So, but he's like, oh, well, you should get a 1.6. With me, I don't really know, or at the time, I didn't know that much about guns. I don't know the difference. I didn't know the drop shot, or, so I was like, okay, like if you say so. And so we got it through Pro Edge, which is the shop here that John Jackson owns. We got it through there, and it finally came in because this was during COVID, so it took a while. And it was all black. And he's like, okay, well, we got this all black. You can get an anode. Well, Ryan Hall with Arc Anodizing, he used to be on AC Dallas with John, and like, so we all know them. And so he's like, hey, you should get this anode. And my dad's like, you should do it like your headband that you got whenever you first started playing.
So it was your
like,
dad's idea.
Yeah, pretty much. He like kind of brought it because I wasn't like, I would think about stuff on my own maybe, but it like whenever I try to think about something, I can't think of anything. But then if I'm just doing something random, something will pop in my head. So he's like, you should do it like your headband. And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. So we sent it off and I tell Ryan, I was like, hey, can you do this, this like my headband? And because of the way that they have to anodize it, like it costs a lot to do a lot of different colors.
Oh yeah.
And so there was a bunch of colors on that headband. So he was like, well, it'll be kind of hard because of all the colors. And I was like, oh, okay, well that's totally fine. Like you could just literally do a silhouette of Stitch. And I sent him the silhouette, or I was like the Stitch or the flower. And he's like, okay. And so during that time, he actually broke his hand and had to get surgery. So I didn't hear from him for like a while. So the last thing I sent him was, you can just do the silhouette. And so I just thought it was going to be like the black gun and just like a little cutout of him. And so then maybe like a month or two later, I see on his I was working at the paintball field at the time. I see on his Instagram a picture of this gun, and it was my gun, and it has Stitch on it and everything. And I was like, this has to be mine. This can't be anyone else's. There's no way. And I was freaking out because I didn't even know it was gonna look like that. Like there was no other communication, and so I was like, oh my God. I was like dying. And so I called my dad. I was like, Dad, go look at ARC's Instagram page right now. And he's like, oh my God, is that your gun? I was like, I think so. So then right after that, Ryan texted me and he's like, okay, it's done. I was like, that's so crazy. Like I was freaking out. I was like, I did not expect it to look like that.
Yeah,
and, like,
no, it came out fantastic.
Yeah, and like how it like fades up at the top and the palm trees and the mountains and everything and the barrel. It's so crazy. And so then it like blew up, like, and everyone's like, oh my God, like they're like, everyone's like, why is Leyla on Stitch? And they were like, you're not even like Hawaiian or anything. I was like, I don't have to be.
Yeah, no.
God.
Now
uncultured swine. She's not gonna be Hawaiian. Jeez.
I know.
Now you got one of your CS2s done the same way, correct?
So my CS2 actually, it has a Las Vegas, but it's I got that from Planet Eclipse like that. Like they did the Sin City one.
Oh,
so
okay. See, every shot I've ever seen of it, I guess it's been far enough away. I thought maybe you had both of your guns done the same way. So
you know what's funny is somebody with a Geo4 got the Stitch anno on it just like mine. And I thought mine was going to be the only one, but apparently, because I ended up talking to the guy, I felt really bad because he posted it online. He owns a shop somewhere, I think. He posted online, and then all my friends got on there and were like, oh, Hailey's looks better and all this. And I felt really bad because I was like, I don't want y'all to go bully this guy. So I messaged him, and he was like, oh, I got it from my daughter. And I wanted it to be, I can't remember her name, but Stitch's girlfriend that he has in like the TV series. He's like, I want to do her, but it didn't work out. So we just did Stitch. So it looks just like mine, but it's on Geo4. And I was like, okay. And so I actually saw the guy at an event, and he was like, oh, well, whenever you're ready to sell yours, I'll put it on the wall right next to mine. And I was like, dude, like, get in line. There's a lot of people who want that gun.
Yeah. Oh my God. Talk
Seriously.
about some balls.
Yeah, no kidding.
On my CS2 actually, so it was just a run that Planet Eclipse did of the Sin City ones.
Okay.
And and I only got that because like my grandma goes to Vegas literally like every other month, and so we go once a year, and I just go to see shows and stuff like that. And so my dad
stay out of the casinos. You're not old enough.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the casinos or the clubs.
We went this past August, and my grandma, I was sitting there with her, and she's like, here, just like no one's watching, just sit down at this machine. And I put like $40 in, and I lost all of it. I was like, okay, never do this again.
You know what? Don't feel bad, because I went, I think it was like 3 months ago, and I was like, I'm going to take just $100 and I'm going to turn this into 1,000. It turned into 10 cents in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I know, it goes so fast. It's so crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Hopefully that'll motivate me never to do it again.
Yeah,
I'm still
I thought the same thing. I still do it.
I'm still having a hard time getting like past the mental picture of your grandmother sitting you down. Hailey, come gamble with me.
You know what's funny is that I have a picture, and I'll have to send it to y'all. I have a picture in Vegas, so they have the wax museum there, and like my grandma, she's really opened up with me, so we're really close. Like she's like one of my best friends. So
Yeah,
at the
I
wax
saw
museum,
the when you guys went to the what was it, the seesaw made out of a joint?
yes, that picture. I was like, grandma, here, just sit on this. It'll be so funny. Yeah,
I might have to use that picture for our little promo.
Oh my god, she would get so mad at me because I posted it for her birthday one time. She was like, "Why did you post that?" I was like, "It's funny. Like everyone loves that picture." But
Yeah,
about
knocking down the stereotype of abuelas everywhere.
Exactly, yes. The funny thing about my gun is that like the production number is also number 7, which I thought was pretty cool because it's a Vegas gun, and I just got lucky enough to get number 7. Like
Lucky
on the
number
iCover.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah,
Nice,
it says number 7 on there.
Nice.
Very cool.
All right,
Yeah.
so we've mentioned B, and at the beginning when we first talked, I had said, think of a funny story that you can tell of B that she'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe you told that story. Do you have one?
And before you start, she is friends with the show. You know,
Yeah.
she and
I've
Eugene
known
go
her
way
for
back,
years.
so
Yeah.
it's not as though we're, this is all in good fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So I know over the summer I went and visited her actually in Montana. I stayed there for a week. That was like the best week of my life. I loved it up there. I'm trying to think if there was anything then. I know. So back in NXL, Florida, back in May, I went by myself, but I stayed with her. And on the last night we were there, we went to go eat at this hot pot place for one of our friends' birthdays, and because we were flying out of Fort Myers because that's where B's family lives, so we were in Orlando. We had to drive back that night, which was about 3 hours. So I thought we were gonna leave like right after dinner. Well, instead, because it was our friend's birthday, we went to Old Town, and they were like, just partying and stuff over there. Well, at Old Town they have this really big, like, they have like rides there, and so they have a slingshot, and then they have another thing called a vomitron, and it's like this really, like, it's like this, and there's like seats here and here, and it rotates like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so and I actually did the slingshot with my friend a couple of years ago, but I didn't want to do the vomitron thing. I was like, I don't know if I could do that, and it's really, really high up. And so our other friends that we met up with, they're like, come on, you have to do it. Like, when else are you going to have this chance? Like, just do it. And so I was like, okay. And then they were trying to get B to do it. And B's like, no, like, it's going to throw me off. Like, I'll get motion sickness or throw up or something. And she really was hesitant to do it. And then we got her to do it. And it was so funny because, like, I was already off the ride by the time she went. And it was funny seeing her, like, go around. And then whenever she got off, she was like, guys, I don't feel good. She was like feeling really dizzy and stuff. And we had to go to the gas station, get her something for her stomach. Like, it was so funny. But I mean, she'll remember that forever. But
Yeah.
The day that you got her sick, she will remember that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that now gives us something to talk to her about the next time she's with us.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, remember, what vomitron is? Just wondering,
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think, over the summer in Montana, I'm trying to think if there's anything funny. But I mean, it was just really nice up there. Like, it's so beautiful over there.
Yeah,
I'm like, I have to go back every year. Yeah, it was amazing. So
she keeps talking to me about going up there to go fish with Mike, and it's like, yes, I want to, but it's just so hard. But oh God, it looks so beautiful. And I watched most of my life revolves around TV anyways, but I watched the show Longmire, and it's kind of based up there. So I'm like, dude, I gotta go up there to be a sheriff. That's what I want to be.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I'm like, I can understand living out here. And then the other thing too, which I'm always on my phone, always posting stuff on Instagram. Like, I'm always on my phone, but there was a lot of times where we would be out and there was no service, and it was actually really nice. I was like, I don't have to worry about texting nobody.
Cut the cord. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I went by myself up there. My parents stayed home, and I was like, I don't have to worry about my parents texting me right now. Like, I'm just by myself, enjoying like the river and the mountains and everything. It was amazing.
How come you didn't check in? Sorry, no signal.
Yeah, that's what I would text them. Hey, I'm about to have no signal for like 5 hours. So
nice.
In reality, you're out like joyriding.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely got to get up.
You're not supposed to agree with me.
your dad might actually be he might watch this.
Yeah, he might see this
will.
and be like, wait, what? She was joyriding?
She's gone gambling? Dang.
It's okay. I'll be like, no, I'm an adult now. He can't say anything.
That's true. That is true.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, B just texted me. Oh, okay.
She's
yeah.
About me.
Yeah, she's listening.
Oh man. Well, you know what, Hailey? It actually we've gone over. It's awesome. Actually, we've gone a whole hour, which is cool. I didn't know if we can actually make it in a full hour, but this is awesome. We actually did it. And but it's actually been really awesome talking to you.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
And we definitely would love to have you back on, especially after World Cup, so you can tell us everything that happened.
Stories, yeah.
Yes, so we can live through you because we can't go over there.
Yeah.
How hard B's trying to get us to go.
Yeah, B's trying to get us to go. Niles wants us to go.
Yeah,
we're wanted, but we just can't go.
I want y'all to go too.
Well, there we go. We got a third person that wants us to go.
Yeah.
But now, what I'd like you to do is, give some advice to the girls that are out there, because like he said, we both have daughters. Our daughters are 11 years old. I took my daughter out paintballing for the first time this year. She's now done it twice. She's still really scared and hesitant to play. But of course, she's 11 years old and she's playing with a bunch of grown guys. So,
Yeah.
But what advice do you have for the girls out there that are either just starting to play or thinking about wanting to play? Because we do actually have some women that listen to us. I was shocked. We have like a circle and it shows it's a pie chart, and our little sliver is now grown and it keeps growing, which is really awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So go for it.
I'm going to say it's because of me.
Go ahead.
I mean, I would say honestly, like it is scary and like it's very intimidating, with all these older guys, and a lot of them have egos too. But you kind of have to get past that, because more times than less, they're gonna want to help you. Like if they see you out there and you're struggling, or you're holding your gun sideways or something like that, like they're gonna want to come help you. They're not gonna make fun of you, and if they do, then you have all this support system who's gonna go beat that person up. Like so many people want to help you. Like there's not anyone who's gonna want you to do bad. And if there is, like I said, you have so many people behind you. Like especially being a girl in sport, you meet so many people really easily, and everyone just wants you to succeed. So I mean, honestly, just keep your head up, and it'll be hard because of all the boys' egos. They want to shoot you a bunch of times, or they don't like being shot by a girl. But I mean, that should just fuel the fire. Like anytime I get frustrated and mad at myself, I go out there and play a great point the next time, because I'm letting all that frustration out. Like you just have to kind of let it. If it's gonna build up, just go and leave it on the field. Like, yeah, I cry sometimes, or I used to whenever I was not that great. And I would like cry and get upset at myself for doing something wrong. And then I would go out there and play a really great point. Like you just have to leave it all out there.
Awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's some really good advice for girls out there. So all you girls, I'm sorry,
advice, period.
All you women
Yes.
out there, she is proof, along with, the line of other women that have come before her, that this sport is not just for us guys that are all ag. Hey, well, I'm just gonna throw it out there. But it's actually the field is level for all of us. If you could point, you could shoot, and you can move, that's all you need to do, whether you're a guy, girl, whatever. So Hailey, it has been awesome having you on. Really. It's been a pleasure. I mean, shoot. I don't know. I can't wait to hear your stories from World Cup, to hear what was going on over there, and how well you did, because you're going to do well. Get that out of your head.
I have a title to defend.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Here's my World Cup ring from last year.
Damn, look at that. All right, you for anybody watching that's going to watch this cast, look at that. Look at that bling. Look at that bling.
Yeah, it doesn't fit any of my fingers.
You don't want some of that.
that's pretty huge.
It's too big, but I keep it to remind myself. But we have to defend our title this year.
Are you kidding me? I'd have that thing in like a glass case with a spotlight, slow rotation, like they have at Tiffany's, you know?
Oh yeah. I should get one of those.
There you go. Yeah, you should. And just put it right there. And just take pictures. Every once in a while, just take another picture, just post it up. And look what I got.
And should at some point in your future, some guy's lucky enough that you know you guys are dating, you can be like, this is what you have to compete with.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's like meeting all the people here at college that I made friends with. They're like, so what do you do? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna play professional paintball next year. And they're like, are you serious? Like they thought I was joking at first. I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, wow. And they're like, okay, well, you got to take us to go play now. Okay.
Yeah. And
they always say that.
Yeah. That's when you take them out and then you school them all.
Oh, you wreck them.
Some people realize that. They're like, we can't play against you, though, because you're going to shoot all of us. I'm like, yeah, I probably will.
Probably. Yeah.
She's pretty modest about it. Yeah, but I will. Yeah. All right, Hailey. Well, we are going to let you go, because I know that it is later over where you're at than where we are, only by an hour. But you have school tomorrow. It's a school night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, now I sound old.
I have work tomorrow, so.
I get to sleep in tomorrow.
Okay, rub it in.
I kind of get to sleep in, too. I have an exam, but it's not till 2 o'clock, so we're good.
Both of you.
Stay up as late as you want. Do whatever you're going to do.
I have surgery in the morning, so.
I'm going to go eat a Hot Pocket.
That's a healthy. There we go.
You heard it here first, people.
Food of champions.
That's the food of champions for Hailey Leyva.
She shows her ring, and she's gonna have a hot pocket.
Hot pockets.
Yes.
All right. Well, Hailey, hold on a sec, as we are gonna just take a quick break, and then after we'll let you go. So, everybody, again, it's Hailey Leyva. Go to her Instagram. Oh, hey, tell us how to get a hold of you.
Shout out your Instagram. Shout out your
and even
media.
your sponsors.
Okay.
Gosh.
Oh man. Okay. So my Instagram is hailey.leyva.pb28. That's my Instagram. I always reply to DMs. It like bothers me if I have notifications in my phone. So if you DM me, I'll probably text you back. And then sponsors. Okay, let's see. Pretty much everything under Destiny. I know our main sponsors, Planet Eclipse. We have Under is doing our jerseys. Push, I think Virtue, ProShar is one of ours. They're doing our paint for cup. I know there's a lot of other ones. It's hard to remember. I would say personally, Pro Edge Paintball is one of the big ones here in Houston. Hydra Fit with the people out at Paintball Fit. Also, wait, do I have it right here? Well, I'm wearing one of them right now. I have merch. So these are my
Whoa,
shirts.
look at that. Very cool. Now, where can we find your merch?
The link in my bio on Instagram.
Nice.
I had my shirts. Oh, wait. I think I found one of them. Oh, wait. Yeah. Here's one. Another one. Oh, wait. This one's not even mine. Never mind. There's somewhere. Oh, wait. I did find one. This is another one.
Oh, that's sick.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
XXV, the label. Michael Diaz, he's the one who does the shirts. But the link is in my bio on Instagram.
Excellent. Everybody go check out Hailey's account. Click the link in her bio. Buy some of her merch. Support this amazing young lady.
Yes, put her through college.
I know that I'm a college student.
You got to throw that in there. I'm a starving college student.
I know. I'm eating ramen and Hot Pockets for dinner.
Yeah, see? She's eating ramen and Hot Pockets. You guys support her. Buy her shirts. Just wear them. Or even if you don't, just buy it anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Why not? I can't do that. Jersey. There you go. That too. The AC Kids jerseys. Hit her up.
Yes, hit me up.
Hailey, it's been great having you on.
It's been really good talking to y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Pleasure is all ours.
Yes. So with that, everybody, we're going to be saying goodbye to Hailey, and we're going to take a quick break. I would say it's a break for Ghost.
I'm for Ghost.
Yeah. If this is up on YouTube, we'll probably have a commercial for this, even though it's not official. But if it's not, we'll have some sort of commercial. Yeah, but anyways, we're going to go to commercial, and then we'll be right back. So sit tight, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And that was a great conversation we had with Hailey.
Fantastic. I mean, a fascinating young woman who definitely has her head on her shoulders. You know, I said it during the interview. I'm going to say it again. She's definitely going places.
Oh yeah, she definitely is. I mean, she's not just, like I said, it's just not this that's going to get her places. It's actually what she can do on the field that is going to get her far.
Absolutely.
You know, and it sounds like she's got a great dad who wants to see her go, far in the sport and enjoys being around with, because he's kept her around in the sport for so long. I mean, shoot. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome to have that kind of support for her. So it was just great talking to her all around. Absolutely. Can't wait to hear how her World Cup experience goes. Cause she, like she said, she's got to go out there. They got to defend that title. Have showed that giant ring. What do we have to show for our time in paintball?
Good memories and solid friendship.
But I wanted a trophy. No, you're right. Yeah, that's meaningful.
No, I mean, if we ever did receive the trophy that we won at Spider Cup that one year, we never did get our trophy.
We got nothing. Whatever. It was Spider Cup.
Yeah,
those guns sucked. But anyways,
the only thing anybody was hoping for at Spider Cup to win was the
Humvees. Hummer. Yeah, those things were junk anyways.
Well, it's a Humvee.
Yeah, but so great conversation. This is what we were looking forward to.
Yep.
Can't wait to get this thing up. And hopefully, man, I got to get this. Our studio's got to get put up because I definitely want to get some jerseys and put those up in the background and, show those things off.
Absolutely.
But soon. And again, so we're going to end this tonight because it's been a while that we were on. It's been great. But as always, we want to shout out to A&S Gear Paintball, ansgear.com, just for the heck of it. This time it was just for the heck of it. Why not? Sooner or later, they'll catch on that, man, these guys talk about us a lot.
All the time.
All the time.
And they keep sending us their money.
Heck yeah. Look at that. We're supporting you. You should be supporting us.
Right.
But whatever. Right. And to our unofficial, official, energy drink, which is Ghost Energy. There it is. Ghost Energy. This one again was the blue raspberry.
Yeah.
And again, we got to, if you guys want to check them out, you can go to their website. This stuff is really good stuff,
Yeah, no, it is. It's very good. I said it before, I had the Sour Patch Kid Red Berry, and I was surprised not only at how good it tasted, but I didn't get that, queasy, upset stomach from, because I don't drink a lot of caffeine, and, it just nice and smooth, saw me through, no crash from it, really impressed with the energy drink overall. There, it's very good.
Yeah. And as for me, I live off of caffeine. I need the stuff, man. Sometimes it's just but you can go to their website, which is ghostlifestyle.com, and check out all their products. They don't just have the energy drinks, which are amazing. They do have whey protein, pre-workout, Therma fat burner. I'm just going to put it that way. I can't remember the technical
it's a fat
term.
Burner.
Yeah. They've got all these different products, which are, from what I've read, because I haven't had a chance to try them, are great, but I'm actually going to be looking into getting some of that protein because I'm going to get back into working out. And they do have it in Chips Ahoy flavor, which I was like, I just want to have that just because it's Chips Ahoy.
It sounds supposed
to be.
I mean, it
sounds good. So I'm actually going to go out, pick some up, but you can get it on their website. You can get it on, I've seen it on Amazon. You can get it at 7-Eleven, which is somewhere where I normally go to get my energy drinks. The Vitamin Shop, and the list goes on of all the different places that you can pick them up. GNC is actually a good place to pick them up because they do sell them by the case And the cases are actually not that bad. I have 2 cases being ordered now as we speak. And that goes to show how much I actually like the drinks and how much I'm drinking them. But great stuff to have. So with that, also, our Instagram is Behind the Mask Media. No, it's Behind the Mask.
Behind
Our
the Mask
YouTube,
Media.
yeah, Behind the Mask Media. Our YouTube is Behind the Mask Media.
Behind the Mask Media. We're also found on Facebook now.
Oh yeah, I have a Facebook page, which I have to start working on more and put more stuff up on it, but it's also Behind the Mask Media. I think you guys are catching on to this. Everything is Behind the Mask Media. Just throw in the @ and you'll probably find us. But at gmail.com, if you want to email us, you can reach us there or DM us and we will respond to you guys.
Yep, we will.
Sometimes it's a day late or so, but we will respond. And if you guys want to be on the show, DM us, tell us a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll look it over and may have you on. If you have an event to promote, by all means, send it our way. We'll take a look at it also, and we'll put it up on our Instagram, our Facebook, maybe even make a little commercial for it onto our YouTube. But give us a good chunk of time in advance instead of just like all of a sudden it's a week before. Let us know in advance and we will again look into it and put it up. We want to promote this sport.
Yeah, unfortunately, last second doesn't always work for us.
No, a little bit too busy for that. But 2 weeks to a month, by all means, let us know. And we put this out on our last episode. I'm going to put it out again on this episode. We are looking for, let's just call them Behind the Mask ambassadors. BTM ambassadors. And yes. I mean BTM ambassadors, Behind the Mask ambassadors, yes. Which are people that we want to send out, or if you live in another state, to go out to events and report for us. Take pictures, do interviews, things like that. And you'll become part of us. And your payment is a good pat on the back. For now.
For now.
Sorry, guys. Check this out. I may have an X-Wing, but it doesn't mean I have much money. It's just, it's there. But it's something we want to try to get going, try to grow, try to get people out there to promote the sport and get the name going and get, besides getting attention to us, we want to get attention to the sport. So we would love to get as much attention to the local events as possible and the local kids out there that are looking to get bigger in the sport. So you guys are interested in that? Hit us up at Behind the Mask Media at Gmail or at Behind the Mask on Instagram. Those are the ways to get a hold of us. So if you're interested, let us know. So what I always like to say, which is get out there, play, take your money, put it into the stores, and grow the sport. Let's see this thing grow. We love it. We have a passion for it. Let's see it grow. So with that, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. I think that pretty well covers it.
Cool. Well, then for us over here at Behind the Mask, it's Eugene.
This is Dennis.
You guys have a great night, day, morning, whenever you hear this. Oh, we didn't even do a shout out to our international brethren. I want to say it again because I want people to know that we are international.
We are truly international.
So it's in Germany, Australia, Canada, France. Those are the 4 places that I've seen so far that people do listen to us. Sweden.
That was
another one.
Yes.
I do follow actually a paintball field that is in Sweden. I have yet to DM them, but their field looks pretty cool. It's an indoor field.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you guys hear this, by all means, DM us. We will have you on and give us a virtual tour of your field. That would be cool.
That would be amazing.
We will promote you guys.
More than happy.
You're all the way. That. Yeah. If you're in Sweden, we will do that. Why not? So we could do international relations.
That's right.
Yes. So anyways, Dennis is yawning, so that is the cue to say good night.
I'm old.
Everybody.
Can't help it.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun as always. Love being on the show. Love talking to Dennis and talking to our guests. Again, check her out, Hailey Leyva. Great person. Check out the everything. Oh man, I just bumped my table. But anyways, see, look at that. Ghost is just kicking in.
Ooh, it's ghostly.
So anyways, with that, I'm going to call it quits. You guys have a good night, good day. Talk to you soon. See ya.